How is it going, fellow collectors? Klutzy Joe coming at you with yet another video review, and this time we're going to be looking at some commission work. We are doing some custom figure spotlight. Now, what you're seeing right here is a obviously it is a Marvel Legends Monster Venom that has been released as of late. Very beautiful figure. I do end up loving it, with the exception of it having the Punisher skull. Now, this figure I've only seen it pop up like once on eBay, and it was by this one seller named Abyssmos. And I basically had to reach out to him and ask him, "Hey, bro, are you gonna make any more? How much does it cost to commission one of these?" He just gave me a pretty reasonable rate, and I think that once you guys end up seeing the work that he's actually put, honestly, I mean, it's a small price to pay, you know, honestly, for this figure. Anyways, Abyssmos was actually so kind to even include the packaging right here, and as you get to see, it's just a standard packaging, kind of like what you end up getting with the regular Monster Venom, which I do end up having, and I'll show it to you guys as soon as I'm actually done going through with this figure. But yeah, as you get to see, there's actually it's a pretty cool figure by the looks of it. Now, you will see that there is a spare head right here, and that spare head I actually did it myself. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get the figure out of the packaging, and let's just see how awesome it is. So getting it out of packaging is basically just normal, just like any other. But I did want to show you guys this because Abyssmos actually did something that was pretty cool. Now, regularly when you end up getting these Monster Venoms, you end up getting their back pieces, the removable back pieces right here at the bottom. And in this case, it was actually put together already. Everything was actually put together, and it was good. And what he did is that he actually cut right here and left the back perfectly connected. So that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, now let's get this figure out of the package, and you will see there we go. Alright, and now you get to see the figure in all its detail, and my god, this thing is just amazing. I do end up loving this. Let me just get him a little bit more posed up, and that way we can actually go on with the review. This guy is just amazing, folks. From the paint on over to all the execution of this figure, I do end up loving every single bit of it. Now, as you get to see, the tongue does end up having some green on over to it. Now, I did end up putting some feedback on over to making this figure. I will say that Abyssmos was actually real good in working with me on that one, and I did end up talking about the green on the tongue, and that's actually pretty cool. It does end up having some spots here and there. It's not necessarily perfect, but at the same time, I mean, this is a custom figure, and you know, it was. I'm actually just glad enough that he actually put the green on the tongue. But this thing is very well executed, and I do end up loving how is it that it's actually glossy on all this parts. Also, there's a difference right here between the eyes. Now, as you get to see there, these eyes do end up having more of a little curve going up. Now, what he did, he didn't actually carve into the mold. What he did is just that he just painted these little edges and these little lines over the mold. This is the original look, and yeah, you get to see that it does end up making a lot of difference. Okay, the tongue, I mean the his teeth were actually painted as well. They were painted white. On that one, I guess I should have actually told him that I would have preferred it to be a little bit more of a yellow color, but you know what, that's my fault. He really does end up listening to your input. He does listen to your criticism and everything. He did end up doing a lot of fixes on over to this figure. But aside from that, let me just show you. Right, because this is the spotlight that we end up having is that Punisher skull, and my god, do I love this skull. Alright, let me just move it on up a little bit. Let's just, you know what, as a matter of fact, let me just take the head off on this one. And just look at how beautiful that thing is. It ends up having some dirt wash. There's some glossiness on over to it. Everything has actually been perfectly sealed. Like if it was straight from a company, you know, it's very nice. This kind of reminds me of the Toy Biz kind of wearing down that they used to do. Marvel Legend, Hasbro, if you're listening, you gotta take cues, all right? Because this is the kind of stuff that Toy Biz used to do. And they used to do this on over with their Punisher figures. They used to do that with a lot of characters, including Venom himself. So that's one thing that I do end up loving. And you do get to see that there is some brown on over to it. Let me just lower down the brightness a little bit so that you get to pick up each and every single bit of the detail. And that's actually pretty cool. Now, it's not just there. He also ended up doing it on the hands, as you get to see that there's some dirt around the hands as well. So I'm actually kind of happy that he did end up doing the whole wearing right there. And the most beautiful part about it is that right here, the back of the Venom logo, you do get to see that it just looks like a regular spider. Something that I think that the Venom that is more accurate to the Venom character. I do believe that this is how he actually had the back, and I like that. There is still some weathering right here, and you do get to see that it's not just white. There's some white. There's some very, very light gray, brown like crazy, and everything is actually real nice. You know, it's not that much of a big difference from the original figure, but the differences are just, you know, basically night and day. All right, folks. So let me just get the camera just a little bit more back. That way I get to show you guys the differences between this one and the official release. Obviously, the official release, you get to see that the everything is actually clean, a little too clean, you know, to be honest. And I think that that's why I do end up loving the custom work a lot more. All right, this one, everything seems too clean. There's some blue spots. I know why is it that they did that, you know, to end up making it so that the paint apps actually kind of make it look like if he is reflecting some light. But at the same time, it does end up becoming not an eyesore, but it does end up taking away from the black and what is it that they were actually trying to do. And same thing goes with the head. You get to see that there is some blue. Actually, there's blue all over the place, you know, and it's kind of cool. It does end up having some highlights. I get why they did that. I do. Honestly, I do. But when you end up looking at something like this, which is full-on black, all right, and, you know, it's glossy black, and it does end up having a lot more comic book accuracy when it comes down to the eyes, you are just asking yourself, you know what, why is it that Hasbro did this with the original release? Now, obviously, I'm not really talking down on over to this figure, because this is a phenomenal figure as well. There's a reason why is that I've actually even went on over to commission a custom, you know, because of the buck, the paint job, the paint apps and everything. They're actually real good, perfectly executed right here. I did have to put a little bit more of a weathering right here on the teeth, so if by any chance you do end up noticing that, that's one thing that I did. But it looks just so much more nicer right here, and I think it's because of the Toy Biz comparison, the Toy Biz feel. Oh, the hand fell, but there's no worries. I can actually just pop that back in, and no articulation has actually been forfeited. Although I do think that the back is non-removable anymore. He did say that he didn't end up putting anything on over to took away from the back being removable, but at the same time, I just don't see myself actually taking it off anytime soon. It was the one part where he didn't, it seems like he didn't really paint that, is over here on the back of the elbows. But it's already black enough as it is, so you can't really tell anything about it, you know, so that's good. But oh no, I do end up loving this figure. I mean, I think that this is one of my most favorite figures of all time. And to make matters even better, because of the other hit that I shown you guys, that came in, that I put in a package earlier, it can actually make it more unique. So there you go. There's a Monster Venom with the closed mouth teeth, grinning and everything. It's actually real nice. Sorry for the shaky cam and everything, folks, but I am working with a busted tripod. Alright. Anyway, so this is regular monster, and this is Punisher Monster Venom. This is standard release Monster Venom, which just looks phenomenal. It looks awesome. It looks gargantuan in stature. It looks real nice. Absolute perfection when it comes down to a Venom character. And here is the basically the granddaddy of them all. The daddy of them all. The Matt Gargan purple Venom. Now the camera is not necessarily picking how purple this guy is, but he is just hella purple, right, folks? Let me see if I could actually just raise up the brightness. There we go. Alright, so he is hella purple, right, folks? Hella purple. But as you get to see, this thing is actually pretty cool. And this is the granddaddy of all these Venom figures. This is the originator, the daddy of it all. You know, the blueprint of it all. And just having all three of these in my collection is just more than enough for me to actually be happy. If you do want to pick this guy up, go on over to eBay. I will end up putting a link on over to this customizer by the name of Abyssmos. I think that he might actually be able to work with any other kind of detail any other kind of look if you want. He is very, very, very happy. He happily ends up listening to your input, and he will put in as much as you want, and you know, I can't say enough about this guy, because he did end up asking me so many times for my opinion. He did send me more than enough pictures. He did end up asking if it was okay with this, and he even gave me the option of whether I wanted it in matte black or if I wanted it glossy. And you know, we both kind of came to the agreement that glossy would have been a lot more better, because this is a symbiote, and you know, over the nature of the character, I think that glossy would have been best. So, anyways, this has been Klutzy Joe. I do end up loving this figure. You know, I can't sing enough praises on over to this guy. I think I'm gonna get another one, and that might actually be the movie version, which is just basically an all black figure with a couple of little white lines on the veins. You know, that's pretty much all that I'm actually gonna ask him to do. And you know, I'm not tripping over the price. It's not a lot. You know, it's if you're really asking for it, I think it might be like about the price of 3 Monster Venoms. If I'm actually gonna be more, if I'm gonna be blunt, when the Monster Venom came out, which was initially $29.99, so plus tax and everything. So I mean, you're basically just paying that much, and it's not. I know it sounds like it's a lot, but it's not. Anyways, this is me just rambling on. Anyways, this has been Klutzy Joe. I hope that you ended up enjoying this video. Bye-bye. This is not revenge. This isn't vengeance. Vengeance is for those poor souls, the humans that are here. We are different. No, not vengeance. Lunchtime. Kill Spider-Man. Kill Spider-Man. Kill Spider-Man.